Hey everybody, welcome to the International Coaches Roundtable podcast, where we are gathering as many of the best coaching voices as possible to give you and ourselves a better understanding of the way the coaching world has changed the world. Now, this week is going to look a little bit differently. We are having all 5 hosts on to make sure that you guys get the chance to meet them, so that in future episodes you can either pick a favorite or just roll with the punches. We're excited to have you here, and please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you do not miss an episode. All right, we'll catch you there at the table. Welcome to the International Coaches Roundtable podcast. We are so excited that you decided to join us today. And you know what? We're going to just start it simple, keep it sweet. My name's Ilya Marakovich. What we do as a group here, there's 5 of us here. We as a group are trying to gather all of the best coaches to get them into a conversation around different modalities for well-being and health, to make sure that you as a viewer, that you as a participant get to actually get enough information to make an informed decision about what your next steps might be. And frankly, there's going to be some really good gold going on in each of these episodes. So we want to make sure that you go ahead and follow right away because there's going to be stuff coming that you are not going to be ready for. It's going to be amazing. So I want to give you a little bit about who I was. I've been in ministry for the last 10 years. So serving in my community, caring for those people, doing a lot of conversations around spirituality and faith. And I recognized that a change needed to be made in how I was delivering that stuff to my community. And here I am as a relationship coach working with men, creating changes in their lives. But I want to go ahead and pass this off because there's a lot of us. I want to make sure you meet all of us. So we're going to send it down to Sasha.
Hi, I'm Sasha. I'm a certified professional life coach and organizer. So what I do in my life is I help people to maximize their production and minimize their distractions. I do that by helping people prioritize on the things that matter the most to them. So really we go through, figuring out what things you value most in your life. And then we take and make steps towards your successes based off of your values. So I am really looking forward to sharing tips and techniques, and maybe possibly an episode geared around productivity someday in the future. But until then, we have lots and lots of other really great topics of interest coming up. And so I'm going to pass the mic to Brooke.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. I'm so excited to be a part of this podcast and this group. So I'm Brooke Camparelli. I'm a certified self-love and life coach, and I am Australian, originally from Australia, but I live in London in the UK, and I've been here for 4.5 years now. So definitely putting part of that international into our name. And I help people love themselves for exactly who they are today, because we don't need to change who we are. Who we are is absolutely enough. And that's what I help people do, because it's something that I had to learn along my healing journey. And it's really important that we know that who we are is enough, and we can learn to love that. So that's what I do. And I am now going to pass on to Alex.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alex Conway. I was trained as a clinical psychologist. I am an author, an activist, and founder of LGBTQ Joy. And I work with those who have been stigmatized for who they love or how they love, and help everyone learn from those messages to feel seen, connected, and inspired to become the best version of themselves. And I work a lot with combining Eastern philosophy and the tools from Western psychology to help everybody learn to have more balance with their mind, body, and spirit. I look forward to these conversations, and I'm passing it on to Neha.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to us. So I'm Neha, and I'm founder of Sacred Miracles, and definitely a proud co-host at ICR. I am originally from India, and right now I'm based out in San Jose, California. So I am a certified life and law of attraction coach. I believe in universe, and I help people to step into their true authenticity because I focus on self-love. So I would really like to keep my intro short right now because we have a lot to talk. So since we have all introduced ourselves, so how about understanding that what exactly is ICR?
Exactly. I can take the mic here for just a second from my perspective. Okay, so the idea of International Coaches Roundtable, right, is this idea that we can bring coaches from all walks of life in all different kind of niches to give a really compact, kind of like impactful conversation of tools and techniques that you as listeners and even as coaches can take with you to access maybe during hard times. So sometimes we don't even know what life coaching is. I mean, I didn't before I started life coaching. I was like, life coaching? What is life coaching? I walked into Guitar Center the other day and I was speaking with a man and he asked me what I did. And I said, yeah, I'm a life coach. And you know what that is? And he says, I mean, kind of. I don't know. No, I don't really know. So I think it would be really cool to have this podcast to really help people get their feet wet. What is life coaching, right? Like there's so many niches around it. And not only that, is that I feel once we are able to kind of show that there are all kinds of different life coaches in all different kinds of niches, there's also lots of approaches that we can use for different life problems.
Asha, that was a very good example, and I would really like to share this funny story because I
Yeah.
totally understand that people don't understand life coach. You know what I'm going to talk about? It's like, so once I just mentioned it, we were in a party, and someone says, "Hey, so what do you do?" And my husband is a techie, so everyone understands that. The moment he says, "I'm a techie," he's like, "Oh yeah, you're a techie," and I said, "Oh yeah, I'm a life coach," and I got this look. Nice. So is your business really cool even in winters? And I was confused. I was like, what is it about winters and life coaching? Like, how is it even related? And I was like, winters is like, no, it's pretty cool. People generally don't come to the pool. I was like, oh, okay. So you thought I am the lifeguard. I am not a lifeguard. I am a life coach. So I think and that was the day my husband was like, you really need to add a tagline next to that profession so that people understand it better. So yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
totally understand. It's very important to understand. And why is it important?
Yeah.
So
Wow, that's such a
yeah,
good story. Oh, man.
yeah.
I'd like to add to that. I think these are all really great. And I'd like to kind of bring it back to kind of full circle about what ICR is to me and what I hope it can be to others. I hope it can be a place where people from around the world who all have a passion in helping and healing others based off of their own experiences, professions, and histories can share what they know to help others learn to have an easier life or a better life or more productive life or a better sense of joy. Whatever your goal is, I hope that whoever is listening out there can feel that one of us as hosts and one of the guests we bring on speaks to you of who you really are, helps you feel that you're not alone out there, and helps you learn to feel inspired to become a better version of yourself. And I look forward to working with so many different people from around the world with different backgrounds to help bring those messages to life.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, Alex. I think getting as many different perspectives and ideas on the table is it's such a gift. And I know for me, like selfishly, what I'm most excited about is actually learning what a life coach is myself. When I hear from other life coaches and I hear about what they do, I came from a ministry background and there was sort of this idea of what it looks like to care for and serve people. And so I'm kind of having to relearn some of this. How do I care for other people? How do I, learn from other people? And so the curiosity that's in me right now is just it's quite a bit. And so the idea that we get to bring in people from different perspectives, different backgrounds, all these different sorts of modalities, man, I mean, that's going to be the coolest thing. Some of these things aren't going to work for everybody, and some of these things are going to work for somebody in particular in a very specific place. And it's just so cool to be able to bring a bunch of voices together. So hopefully I mean, that's what I'm hoping to get out of this for myself, is just kind of understanding more fully, because I understand my role, but I don't really understand the whole role. And this is a great time for us all to learn and discover and grow together. So this is very exciting for me.
Yeah, I mean, what I want to get out of this is a mixture of everything and what I believe this is. And you've all said it so well. But I think for me, it's making people aware that there is so many different styles of help out there, and that it is accessible, because so many people can feel alone. And I know I was there feeling alone, feeling like I couldn't be helped, and then my friend booked me a session with a life coach, and at that point I had no idea what a life coach was, but all I knew was I needed some kind of help, and I'd tried all these different avenues and I was willing to accept it, and that was what worked for me, and it's what resonated with me. And that's why I'm now a life coach, to be able to help people who are in my position, who didn't feel like they could be helped, who feel like they've got all these problems, but all it takes is for someone to actually listen to you and go, yes, that's okay. And to just be able to interview different life coaches and see the different modes of being able to help people is so exciting. And the fact that we're able to broadcast that and be able to show people and our listeners that they're not alone, as Alex said, and that there are people that can help them. So by doing this, I really hope that everyone can resonate with someone different that comes on, whether it's one of the hosts, whether it's one of our guests. You can actually listen to them and go, oh my goodness, I feel like they understand me. That's what I'm really excited about this, and to be able to, just let everybody know that there is someone out there who can help you, and you do deserve the help. That's what we're trying to do, is trying to get as many people on the podcast as we can, of all different walks of life, all different ages, to really talk about what they believe in and what they do. So speaking on that, we do have a lot of exciting guests coming on the podcast. I've had the pleasure this week of talking to quite a few of them, and we've got coaches from all over the world. We've got coaches doing all different things. So things like we've got teenagers who do sport and who are helping other people, be inspired to do what they do. We've got coaches who work with parents with children who are struggling. We've got coaches who work with people who are overthinking and how they can get beyond that to live the life. We've got so many different guests coming on, but I really hope that you take something from each episode of someone who's got something to say, and you've really got the opportunity to take that away with you.
Yeah, and I'm really excited because, I really feel proud about the fact that, we decided to come up on this platform and, organize this particular team, because clearly our intention is to go ahead and just reach out to people who are looking forward to be heard and seen. And if we are able to touch even one person out there, I think our job is done, and that's what the intention is.
To summarize, ICR is going to be awesome. And it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful place to come for some compact, impactful techniques from people all around the world in this life coaching business. And ICR is going to be a conversational platform with all those kinds of people that are doing that, working in self-improvement, that can give you the techniques that you're looking for to get your feet wet, to see maybe if you do want a life coach. If you resonate with one of us as a host, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you resonate with one of our guests that come on, please don't hesitate to reach out to them. Please follow and share ICR, so that way we can spread it all over the world, so that way we can make more of an impact on people. I want to just real quick go around, pass the mic around, and just from our own perspective, from our own niches, give a little bit of a piece of information or technique that we feel that can help you to serve you into the next week until ICR airs our first episode. So I will start. So as I said, my niche is productivity and motivation. Like I had said before, I help people to maximize their production, and I decrease distraction. A piece of information that I think that could serve you into next week is, if you have a big goal that you're really trying to work on, what I've been finding is that we want to rush ahead, right? And get things done real quick. We want instant gratification. Well, my suggestion is to slow your roll, okay? Because listen, anything that's worth it in the end, anything that's going to have a really successful foundation, is going to take some time. So give yourself a little grace. What you're doing right now is great, okay? And there are a lot of other techniques that can really help you to increase momentum. But sometimes it's counterintuitive. We need to take a few steps back and work on some of the details to grow and to increase that momentum. So that way, when you finally arrive, you hit the ground running. So with that, I'm going to pass it on to Alex. Do you have any tips, tricks that you would like from your niche to help serve someone
Yes,
into the next week?
absolutely. So I deal with three major issues. I help individuals kind of discover their authentic self. So I help them learn to feel seen, connected, and inspired for their differences. I help people to live more in the present moment, and I help people to live with more self-compassion. So of those three, I'm just going to talk about the second one, living in the moment. This is called mindfulness. Oftentimes, we're human and it's natural for us to be pulled towards something in the past or something in the future. Maybe we're really anxious about a deadline coming up, or really stressed and we have a lot of anxiety and our heart is racing. Maybe we're pulled towards the past about something wrong that happened and we're sad. But for most, the present moment should be safe. So to practice that, we're going to do a very short breathing exercise so you have the experience as a viewer of being in the present moment and being grounded. And we're going to do breathing because it's something you can do anywhere. So wherever you're at, if you feel comfortable, close your eyes, relax.
Not if you're driving.
And just, huh?
No, not if you're driving.
Not if you're driving. If you're
Not
driving,
if you're driving.
keep those eyes open.
Yes.
Try to
Breathe with your eyes
remember
When
open.
you're safe, when you're safe, in a safe place, not when you're driving, not when you're around any person, just focus on your breathing. Let go of anything else on your mind and just inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, 3. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, 3. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, 3. Usually I recommend doing this for at least 10 deep breaths in and out, seeing how you feel it. The more in which you do the breathing, the more in which you recognize the benefits. In the interest of time, I'll keep it short and I'll pass it on.
Well, yeah, no, that was fantastic. And I just feel like now we have a whole new world that we have to tap into of your breathing meditations. We're going to have to start getting those things up on a website so they can hear your voice. You know, that was, I mean, that cadence, that was brilliant.
Thank
So
you.
the guys, no, absolutely. I always get off beat and it's catastrophic. But when, with the work that I'm doing right now, with the guys that I'm seeing, the conversations that we're having, typically end up revolving around figuring out the story that we're telling ourselves and how that story seems to be holding us back. And usually what I've come across is that the story itself is one of lack and is one of gap that the man has to figure out and how to fix. And so most guys that I talk with are trying to solve a problem rather than engage with it personally. And so one of the things I try to encourage my team members to do, my clients to do, and hopefully for you guys now, with something you guys can be doing, is to take a moment every single day. And this is a form of a gratitude practice. I literally put a thing up the other week saying how much I kind of hate gratitude practices, but also they're absolutely helpful. So if you find resistance to this, I totally get it. I'm still in it a little bit. But the way that it was described to me once and the way that I described to my people is write a list or make a list in your mind of the gifts you've been given today. And whether that is a gift that somebody gave you in person, like a literal, physical, tangible gift, maybe the gift was just a meaningful conversation. Maybe the gift was, shoot, I don't know, you got the last cake pop at Starbucks. Whatever the gift is, there was a gift in your day at the very least. And if you can become a little more attuned with the gifts that are being given to you, and you can emphasize that at least once a day. Give yourself 45 seconds to make this list. I guarantee you that you're going to start seeing many, many more. And there's going to be a transition from gap to surplus. There's going to be an excess showing up in your life because it's already there. And what we need to learn is to see it. Hopefully you guys can give that a go this week. The gift language helped me from feeling kind of too woo-woo in the process, but maybe that's still too woo-woo for you. I don't know. Hey, now I believe I'm supposed to be passing on. So I'm going to go ahead and pass up to Brooke.
Thank you. That was such a good tip, and they were all great tips. For me, something that I've learned in my healing journey, and I now help my clients, and I see it regularly with my clients as well, is that we are so good at celebrating other people, but when it comes to ourselves, we don't give ourselves the same grace and the same compassion and understanding. And we so often miss the great things that we've done, and instead of focusing on the amazing things we have done, we just focus on what's next and that we're not doing enough. So something that has really helped me is to find one thing a day that I'm celebrating myself for. Now, that could be something as simple as I've made the bed today. It can be something as big as I've gotten this really big piece of work done. I've been able to help a client. I've got the promotion, whatever it is, but just taking a moment to celebrate one thing every day. And once you've done that for a little while, that turns into self-love, and you're able to see the amazing things that you have done and focus on those. So a really great way to do this is to pick an anthem for yourself. Pick a celebration song. So that could be anything that really resonates with you. Just to give you an example, mine is I'm Still Standing by Elton John. Something that you can really just have a boogie to, but do it once a day, and I promise you that once you've had that boogie each day, you'll be feeling so much better about yourself, and you're pouring a little bit of love into yourself.
Lovely. Yeah.
Can't wait to hear everyone's
I'm actually curious. Wait.
song.
Yeah, I want to know what the songs are. Like,
you guys heard of Never Gonna Break My Stride?
Absolutely.
Break My Stride.
is that
I
from
listened
the
to that.
movie Spirit?
Oh, I'm not really
no
sure
idea.
where, I don't know, but it sounds like it could be. But I have listened to that song every single time that I feel low. I'm like, I'm gonna put that song on. To be honest, I don't even know who the artist is. Every time I feel bad, I put it on. I like look it up in YouTube, like Never Gonna Break My Stride, and I put it on, and like I am dancing. I am feeling good. Like I get my son to come up and jump around with me. Yeah. I love that tip.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful trick because, I am a life and law of attraction coach. I believe in universe. I know it sounds crazy to some people when I talk about it, but I have manifested some beautiful things and I focus on self-love. I think Ilya spoke about making that list of gifts. Yeah, I strongly believe in it because what the advice that I give to people is that, spiritually, if you have an inventory wherein you just put up everything that you have around you, okay, and that's like a 21 days gratitude challenge, though I go ahead and do that, and there are many people who do not understand it, and I'm okay with it. However, gratitude is one practice that can do miracles in everyone's life. If you go ahead and thank the universe for having a good skin, I think that's just worth, or even if you go ahead and just say, thank you, universe, for making this podcast successful today, this recording successful. I think it's a great thing to just great way to manifest.
What's your song too? I need to know.
I have this love and hate relationship with universe because I am practicing it since more than 11 years now. But any day, if I'm not able to manifest this, so I have this love and hate relationship, and then I just listen to this song. I'm sure you guys have heard, you just want attention, you don't need my heart. So because
please keep singing.
So there is a reason, because I believe you got to attract things. You're not supposed to chase it. So then I'm like, okay, the universe thinks that, I'm chasing it, right?
Oh, that is so
let me just
sweet.
remind universe, I'm not chasing you, dude. You got to just, have my back all the time. So yeah, that sounds really works for me,
That is great.
I'd love to hear from our viewers as well.
Yeah.
Feel free to share with us, share with others, help others feel inspired, share those songs, get involved. Feel free to share your reactions to any of the things, the tips we're trying, what it's like when you try the breathing techniques. Do they work for you? Do they not? What it's like when you try the gratitude list, the songs. what's working for you. We're here to help you. We will be doing episodes every Wednesday, and they go live at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And for those of you like me who will still be sound asleep, do not worry. You may listen to them anytime, whenever you wake up. Hopefully, it's a lovely way to start your morning.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Definitely drop the songs in a comment, like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and definitely come back next week for our first episode with our guest. And yeah, we look forward to seeing and hearing from you all soon.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. We are so thankful that you decided to spend some time with us today, and we want to make sure that you can stay up to date on all things International Coaches Roundtable. So you're going to want to make sure to go like, subscribe, follow. All the different social media platforms are going to be in the description and the show notes. So make sure to go check those things out. We are so excited to be serving you on this journey, and we cannot wait to find out what we learn together. So until then, we'll see you guys next time.